You're watching the Sporting Time Show with host Doug Thompson. Sponsored by Jewelry Barn and Pawn Shop. For the athletes, for the game.
Good evening and welcome into the Sporting Time Show. I am Doug Thompson.
And I'm Joe Brunt.
It is Saturday night and we are so happy that you're tuning in. It has been a big week.
It has.
For high school sports, Joe. A lot of postseason stuff finished up.
Yeah.
Cross country, certainly a big deal.
Yeah.
Up in Lexington, a lot of different classes. The soccer championships,
also a big deal. Yeah.
Finished up as well. We're in postseason for football.
Also a big deal.
Also a big, it's just a big deal.
It's all a big deal.
We need a flashing light that says big deal.
Can we get that in post, right?
We can do that.
You guys will be seeing that.
We can do that. But anyway, what a great season it has been for high school football. And, some of the notables, obviously Glasgow had a great regular season at 9-1, just doing fantastic. Their only loss was to South Warren by 1 point.
Yeah.
Franklin Simpson came on after a really tough start.
Yeah.
And they turned it on.
Yeah, swept through district play and, could be a spoiler there in 4A, which, we can talk about here in a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then, of course, we have the Bowling Green Purples, who I think exceeded a lot of expectations.
I think they met some, maybe exceeded some others. I still think there's a lot of work to be done to get where Bowling Green usually wants to be.
Well,
but they're a good team.
Yeah, and we're in the postseason, so we will see. A couple other teams just off the top of my head, of course, Logan County. We don't have an update on Tyler Ezel. Of course, you and I have talked about him a lot this season. Injured that ankle. We don't know it was a bad injury, but hopefully he is recuperating.
Hopefully so. And man, what a gauntlet they have to run through in the postseason, having to go up against a team that they beat by a Hail Mary in the regular season in Masseyville North Hopkins in the first round. Yep. They win that one, go up against a team that beat them in the regular season in Hopkinsville. So it's not easy for the Cougars this postseason, and it's even tougher if Ezel can't go.
Yeah, exactly. And then they play South Warren the last game of the regular season, which was a tough game. And then, lastly, I do want Joe to talk a little bit about Warren Central, the Dragons. Okay. From a win-loss standpoint, it wasn't a good season for them.
It didn't go well.
It didn't. However, I got to see them play a couple of times. I was there for their final game, and hats off to those players on Warren Central. They play hard. They didn't quit. They never gave up, and that means something. Yeah, it doesn't show in the win and loss column, but, man, that means a lot to be able to go out there every week and try your hardest, and they did against Russellville. And Russellville came away with the win. They fought hard, but it just wasn't meant to be, but that doesn't make it any less of an effort from the players. I thought the players really worked hard.
And they put in the work all season long, and to give credit for that, and really to all the teams in the area. I mean, you put in work all through the season. It should be commended. And you hope that for programs like a Warren Central and even like a Russellville, who didn't have as great a season as they would hope to, that this is just the beginning. This is the grunt work that you put in early, and that ends up leading to a good off season. You get work done in the weight room and in stuff in the off season, and you come back and you're better next year. And that's what you hope.
Well, anyway, boys, hold your heads up high. You worked hard, and that's all you can ask for. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, the top 5. Wait till you see who we have.
Here we go.
We'll be right back.
As far as engagement rings, or any ring for that matter, or any piece of jewelry, there's nothing that we probably cannot do.
Every engagement ring imaginable is available here. We not only have in-stock pieces, but we also make custom-made jewelry. Anything that they are seeing in a mall-type setting, we can absolutely reproduce it if we don't already have it in stock. I will say we're very personable here.
We try to make it very special for everybody.
An unrivaled customer experience continues to be a cornerstone at Leachman Buick GMC. Leachman is Kentucky's #1 GMC dealer, and we invite you to discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
Welcome back. As promised, the top 5.
It's time, Doug.
The top 5.
We stalled and put a little bit at the front here.
We did.
Now it's time to get down to
We're
it.
switching it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Number 5, I know you love talking about these ex-players. And so you got the first number.
Absolutely. College shout out again this time. Look, we could talk about Jamel Carruthers every week, right?
We are.
And we are. We're going to. Might as well mention him. 3 more touchdown runs for Jamel Carruthers. He ends up now in 3 weeks' time with, I believe, 7 rushing touchdowns. He has a reception for another one just in that spurt. Like, he is really giving it a go for the midshipmen, really having a grand old time. And you know, they're actually now in the top 25, Navy is. So how about that?
That is fantastic.
So there's one guy. But another one that we haven't talked about yet, and one that had a really good week this past week, was Ben Holt, playing for Purdue. Led the team in tackles with 10 tackles in their win over at Nebraska. So I want to give a shout out to Ben Holt and the good work. Man, he was a bruiser when he played for Bowling Green, and it looks like it's continued when he's now with Purdue.
And it's nice that, you know, not necessarily the shake and bake and the flash gets into the top 5. You know, defensive guys
Defense
important.
wins championships. We got to shout them out too.
And we will be talking about Jacob Lacey down in the trenches, right? I mean, he's seen a lot of playing time for Notre Dame. C.J. Hayes is over at Michigan State. So there's a lot of college players out there. And now that we're in the basketball season, who's going to be in our top 5 then?
I mean, have a lot of people to choose from.
We shall see. We shall see. How about number 4, Joe?
All right.
Number 4, I want to go a little bit across country. Congratulations to the South Warren girls who finished top 10 in Class 3A out of 30 teams. They did fantastic. Cole Jackson out of Greenwood had a top 15 finish as well for him. It's tough. You know, Cole Jackson, he ran against 299 runners, and he finishes in the top 15.
It's pretty good.
That is a really good percentage.
When you look at the state results for cross country here in Kentucky, the top 20 is the goal. They give out medals for the top 20. So if you get in one of those spots, that usually means you ran yourself a pretty good race. And so anybody that gets in there, kudos to them. Of course, Lexi Paskowitz kind of had some injury issues, but she got in the top 20. South Warren had a freshman who ended up in the top 10, I believe.
Greenwood, I believe, had a couple runners, if I have it down here right. But congratulations, you know, and you look at 2A, Will Lovell and also Garrett Elrod, top 15 in 2A. Congratulations to them. Emma Steff, top 20. She's another Warren East runner. Congratulations to her. It is such a great sport. It is such a tough sport.
It is.
And you know, the weather, it was a little bit chilly. It was it was windy. So, you know, it's just the conditions. You can't control them.
No, you can't, but you can run through them. And everybody's got to.
And they did it. They did it. How about number 3?
Number 3, going to some football. We mentioned them a little bit in our little lead in. Glasgow really had a fantastic season, 9-1 on the year. We want to single out Tanner Abernathy. He had a great performance against Franklin Simpson to get that 9th win of the season and set Glasgow up. Now ranked number 2 in the AP poll for 3A, so they're starting to get some people's attention as we get to the playoffs.
They should be. If they're going by RPIs, they should be, because they've played South Warren. I mean, they've played some tough teams. But Mr. Abernathy went 15 for 23, 183 yards in the air, threw for 2 touchdowns, no picks. For the year, he's knocking on 2,000 yards, 20 TDs, 4 picks. That's a lot of ground to cover and not get intercepted more than that. He's done a great job protecting the ball, leading that offense, and he's a catalyst in that Glasgow offense.
And again, Glasgow, I think they're the team in the area to watch. Out of all the classes, everything around, Glasgow is the team to keep an eye on to make a deep run in the playoffs. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with when it comes to 3A.
So that is our top 3. The top 2 we're going to get to when we come back after a short break. But I'm going to give you a little hint.
You're going to give a hint.
The hint is green. We'll be right back after this. Stay tuned.
As far as engagement rings, or any ring for that matter, or any piece of jewelry, there's nothing that we probably cannot do.
Every engagement ring imaginable is available here. We not only have in-stock pieces, but we also make custom-made jewelry. Anything that they are seeing in a mall-type setting, we can absolutely reproduce it if we don't already have it in stock. I will say we're very personable here.
We try to make it very special for everybody.
Welcome back, and Joe, I gave a hint, and anybody who knows the color green knows probably where we're headed with this.
Well, I mean, you could be talking money, you could just be talking the city of Bowling Green, you could be talking grass, you could be talking about a lot of things, Doug.
Well,
Let's just be honest.
How about if we talk about number 2?
Yeah.
And I'm very excited because we have 2 of the players from this team on the show tonight.
Yeah.
And very excited to talk to them. But the Greenwood Lady Gators volleyball team, 37-2, headed to the state tournament, right?
Yeah.
What was interesting is I did a little math, and I think out of the 39 games, there's 117 games that are played in those matches. They've only given up like a handful of games. And of course, with 37-2, I think it was 6 games. They've lost, I don't know, Joe. Whatever happens, the math works in their favor. I mean, they are so good. But here it goes again, another Greenwood team at state, ranked very high. So we'll see how far they go. But I think, they're going to get by Henderson. I think that they could match up with that team out of Assumption.
Assumption is always kind of the gold standard when it comes to volleyball here in the area. You look at this Greenwood team this year. Greenwood's been a program, when you look at the full scale of volleyball in the state of Kentucky, one of the very successful public school programs. This year have not lost in the state of Kentucky. That's very impressive. Their only 2 losses were against teams from Illinois, something like that.
Illinois?
Yeah.
With an S?
Anyway, so those don't even count.
They don't count. No.
And now they're here. They're ready to make some noise. This may be the year where you have a public school team not only make it to that state championship, but have the chance to win it all. And so, Coach has got them in a good spot.
The Whitting Hills, it is Team Whitting Hill. They are fantastic coaches. Of course, Alan now coaches by himself. His wife coached prior with Alan, Holly. But, they were the only public school ever to make it to a final in a volleyball championship. And by the way, we have done the research, and we've looked at every sport that KHSA offers, public versus private, right? And it's like this, right? It balances, some public, some private win, right? Volleyball?
Yeah, it's vastly favored.
There is no public champion ever. But that could change this year.
It very well could. Hopefully it does.
So
love to see it.
Yeah, congratulations to the Lady Gators for a great season, and good luck to those seniors moving on. Now, number 1, Joe.
Yeah.
Number 1.
There's no speculation on this one.
I mean, why? I mean, there's absolutely none. What a great story this is. The Greenwood Lady Gators. Wait, did I just say that a minute ago?
You did, but let's flip it to the right sport now.
Yeah, they can use their feet in this sport for our number 1 team, right?
Well, in theory, you could in volleyball. But anyway, go on. If you slide the foot in, you can.
Oh,
you can.
Okay, maybe
if
so.
You slide it in.
Maybe
We're talking soccer, folks. Let's just get it out there. The Lady Gators soccer team, state champs, beat Highlands. What a fantastic performance they had. Man, just a fantastic team. Of course, Anna Haddock gets all the attention because she's just the scoring machine that she is, but she will never take the credit for herself.
No, and Anna, what's interesting about Anna, you're right, and she's just a great student athlete. She works out, with guy teams, right? She's constantly working on her craft as a soccer player. But, this team scored in the 71st minute of this game.
Yeah.
And, Anna attracts a lot of attention. But the thing about this team is that they're so fast and they work as a team, right? They wouldn't have won it had they not worked as a team as well as they did throughout the season, because they were very quick, they were very physical, they knew where they needed to be, and they were fantastic. And hard work pays off. I mean, they beat a Highlands team who had beat a team earlier in the season that Greenwood had played and beat them, and Greenwood had lost to the common team.
Okay.
So you know how I like to get into the
You do like to look
matchups.
at like scheduling stuff.
Yes, but nevertheless, it's the first time the Lady Gators have ever made it to a state championship game, and their first try, they knock it out of the park, and they win a state championship.
It's awesome. It's so cool. I love getting the state championships here in Bowling Green. You know, we've been so spoiled on the football end because we've had South Warren, Bowling Green, Franklin Simpson just winning, title after title. The Bowling Green basketball team won a state title a couple years ago. So we're so accustomed to seeing it, but man, it's great to get it from soccer now.
We live in a bubble, I think. I mean, a great bubble. Little League World Series, we had another team go this past summer. I mean, there's so many great things that happen here athletically, but the nice thing, as close as you and I are to it, is that you get to know these student athletes, and you know that they're really good people, and they're very smart students. Yeah. And that's what makes them really good. Yeah. So, but anyway, congratulations to our top 5. We're going to take a short break.
An unrivaled customer experience continues to be a cornerstone at Leachman Buick GMC. Leachman is Kentucky's #1 GMC dealer, and we invite you to discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
Welcome back to the Sporting Time Show. Doug Thompson. Alongside me are 2 senior Greenwood volleyball players, Annie Lasley to my far, far right, and Anna Hewitt to my immediate right. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, 2019 4th Region champions, a record of 37-2 while we were taping. What went wrong? I mean, no, what a great season. Just talk about what it's like to be on this ride. You're headed to the state tournament. How fun has it been for both of you this year playing?
It's been incredibly fun. The team is so good together. There's so many different qualities we have. We're always fighting. We're always focused in practice. But we joke along the side too. Annie's one of the funniest ones here. So it's just been a lot of fun. We're not done yet, and we're not ready to be done yet. So it's going to be really fun in the state tournament.
Annie, let me ask you, as you go along, obviously only 2 losses on the season, are you still learning? Are you still, perfecting your craft as a volleyball player?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do perfectly, so I feel like every practice you just get a little bit better and you pick up your game a little bit and you just learn more skills.
Yeah. It's amazing. By the way, congratulations to both of you. You were on the all-district team, all-region team. Annie, you were the MVP of the 4th region. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Those are great honors. What does it take, in your opinion, I want to hear from both of you, to get back to that championship game? And I know the bracket gets a little bit squirrely in the semifinals, but what does it take to get deep into a state tournament?
It's definitely going to take some heart. Our team is ready to fight, like I said before. We have pride. We're always focused in practice. We just want that game so much. Our motto this year has been to pursue every ball. Mr. Coach has really drilled it into us, but we're definitely ready for it. We're up for a challenge, definitely, but it's super exciting.
Annie, what about you?
Yeah, there's not going to be an easy game, and I think all of us know that. We have the mentality that we're going to have to work for every point that we play, but I feel like we're all ready to work in this practices leading up to this tournament. We're going really hard. So
you have all played together for so long. Is it just become automatic when you're on the floor? You know where your teammate is going to be. You know what their strengths are. Is it? Do you know if it's a great set? Do you know I'm going to kill this? Do you all kind of get that already? Or?
To an extent, yes. Most of us, we've been playing together for a long time, so it does help. We know each other's strengths, we know each other's weaknesses, but we still sometimes just get a little caught up in the emotions.
I feel like we are a very trusting team. We know our highs and lows, we need to work on, but there have been girls that have stepped up this season that have really brought some game. But we all work really well together, so it's awesome. It's really cool.
You 2 are amazing athletes. Annie, you're knocking on 300 kills for the season. I mean, that's a lot of killing. I mean, that's a lot of points. And Annie, you've got 315 digs. So you're the down low person getting it done. You're just kind of talk about those numbers because that's really impressive.
Yeah, well, nah.
I know it's hard to compliment yourself, but explain what goes into having a kill, like a kill shot. I mean, do you see the court when you're going up and the ball is set? Do you know the weaknesses of the team that you're playing to where you need to hit it? What goes into that?
I'm going to be honest, 50% of the time I'd say I recognize the court and I can see everything. And some of the times I just go up there and hope for the best.
And let it go.
Yeah.
Have you ever been clocked? I mean, do they do that on the speed of the ball after you? Because I've seen you play.
Mm-hmm.
I would not want to be in front of that ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've never clocked you, right?
I don't think so, no.
Well, and I want to ask you, how do you get 315 digs? I mean, do you anticipate? Do you know where it's going?
Yes. My mentality is to not let a ball hit the floor. So I'm just trying to put my body in front of everything I can, read the hitters, and try and see where the ball is going to go and be there if I can.
So, but at the end of the match, I mean, are you both like, I'm sore, I need ice? I mean, I would imagine it's pretty physical, especially with you diving on the hard court all the time.
Well, it's actually not as bad as you'd think. I used to get bruises on my elbows all the time, but I got some elbow pads, so I'm all good now. But
Did you fight that? Did you no, I don't want elbow pads?
For a while I did, but then I said, I'm going to get elbow pads because I don't want bruises on my elbows anymore. So.
Well, you think about you two as seniors, and there's no better way to go out than the way that you are doing it, right? You're going as far as you can go. What is it like right now being a senior versus the beginning of this season? Has it changed at all? Is it caught up to you at all that the regular season in high school volleyball is done? Postseason, for the most part, in our area is done.
Yeah, it's very bittersweet because it's such a good feeling knowing that we get to go to state and knowing that we've had such a great season. But again, it's also sad that it's our last season, and we've been playing together since 6th grade. So
that's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. And obviously, Greenwood Lady Gator volleyball has really got a great tradition, and the Whitting Hills are a big reason. They are a reason for that. Holly and Alan. What is it like, first of all, knowing that tradition and playing for Coach Whittinghill?
Well, I really like his mentality. He doesn't let us slack. He is always pushing us to go harder than we did. Not necessarily when Coach Reels is here, but when we weren't holding ourselves accountable as much. But it's definitely stepped up our game and has helped us grow as a team this year.
Yeah.
I feel like we all have a lot of accountability for ourselves and also for the program because we've had some pretty good teams in the past. One of our coaches, Courtney, had such a good team, and so we just kind of want to bring that legacy to Greenwood of having such a strong program.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, it's one of the best programs in the state. I want to ask you about psyche on the court, and I want you to be honest with me. When you're across the net from an opposing team, do you ever kind of you try to get in their heads a little bit? You're so close. I mean, you're right there. There's just a net separating you. Or no? Because I hear your chants after you score and this and that. But how is it weird like that or no?
Well, I'm not really at the net, so I can't really give any input on that. But definitely, it's more of sportsmanship to not face the net or say anything. But definitely, if we cheer really hard on our side, it's going to get in their heads.
Right.
Well, I can't say that we say anything, but one of the best ways to get in their head is just go up and get a big block on somebody.
For sure.
Blocks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so cool. And I want to ask you, obviously, both of you travel, play club or how is it different in club versus playing at a really high level in high school? Is the training differently? Is the competition different? What is it like?
I'd say the competition is a little different. There are some lower teams in high schools that you wouldn't necessarily see in clubs. You can sometimes, but training's about the same. All the girls at Greenwood do play club, or a lot of them do. So it kind of brings it into high school as well. So it's not a whole lot different. It's mainly competition-wise.
Yeah.
We've also both been really lucky to have both a great high school team and a great club team, so we can stay at that level and keep improving.
You know, I know that you have to take one match at a time, and Henderson County is the first of hopefully several.
Yeah.
At some point in time, you're going to play the University of Assumption. What is that? How much? And I looked at your schedule. Your schedule was incredible. It's like you have been working towards going deep into the state all year long, looking at these teams that you've played out of state. How prepared are you, do you think, to just get after it and play an Assumption?
Well, I think that our schedule has been very tough this season, which is a good thing. We want to play up to teams that are good. We don't want to play down a level.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel that we have prepared for this and are ready for it. It's more like we're scared of a name, not necessarily a team. So I'm ready for it, and I think the team is ready to step up too.
Yeah, I think everybody has heard the name Assumption in volleyball in Kentucky. So
and nationally, right?
Oh, yeah, nationally too. So I think we're going to go in with the mentality that we have a chance in this game, and that if it's going to be our last game, we're going to leave it all on the court.
Yeah, we'll leave it all out there.
Last question, Annie. What is it about Anna that you like the most about the way she plays volleyball?
Well, like I said, I've been playing with her for a super long time, so I can just trust her to get everything up. Like, sometimes I'm not the best at closing my block, but I can trust her to fill it and get the digs, or if the tip goes by, I can always trust her to be there.
Nice.
And for Annie?
Same for Annie.
Annie always has a calm composure on the court. I can trust her to get her serves in, get a ball down. When we're in a tight spot, she's always like, set Annie the ball, and I know I trust her to get the kill. So.
Well, again, what a great season you've all had. There's some pressure still left in this interview in the post game. We've got the game on. You can't do it together. It's going to be one-on-one. Are you nervous at all about this? You saw a little bit of clip.
We got it.
You got it? You got this. Congratulations on a great season.
Thank you so much.
You represent our region so well. Great ambassadors for sports. And for young ladies that want to play volleyball, I think it's fantastic. Thank you for coming on the Sporting Time Show, and look forward to seeing you guys in the finals.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up on the Sporting Times. Well, that does it for us tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight, and thank you very much to our sponsors. Without them, this show would not be possible. Joe, how do our viewing audience find us, contact us?
It's very easy to do, Doug. And again, thanks to all of you for tuning in, because without you, we wouldn't be here either. But if you want to get in touch with us, very easy to do on Twitter @SportingTimes, Facebook.com/TheSportingTimes. You can find us there as well. And then stfanclub.com, where we get our live coverage. Yep. So every Friday night, and as basketball tips off, we'll have a lot more nights of live stuff happening there. And if you miss an episode here, you can catch the episodes there as well.
That's a wrap. It's been a great week. For Doug Thompson,
I'm Joe Brown.
For the Sporting Times, for the athletes, and for the game, have a great week.